First guest is a former soap star, a woman after my own heart, whose role on The Bold and Beautiful won her 3 Emmys in a row for Outstanding Young Actress. She's now starring in the Hallmark Channel film Welcome to Christmas. Please welcome back Jennifer Finnigan. Welcome back, Jennifer.
Thank you. I thought you were going to say she's now not so young.
Hardly.
Still young.
It was just a couple years ago where you won those awards. It was just a few years ago. Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's not easy to do. 3 Emmys on the soap.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
When you're in your early 20s and that happens, it's a big deal.
How many years were you on the soap in total?
I was on the soap for 3.5 years.
That's exactly my point. You see that? You see that? That's not bad at all.
You clearly made a statement, made a lasting impression.
Well, here you are on Hallmark Channel with this great film, and I got to say, for starters, it's hard to imagine that there's a place out there that's more Christmassy than our home.
Yes, this
But
is.
apparently, the fictitious town of Christmas
Nice job,
is just that. Thank you.
Not left any stones unturned.
Any ornament unturned.
Exactly. Yes.
Your character visits this really sweet town of Christmas
Yes.
in hopes of maybe starting a ski resort in town, but has second thoughts about this. Tell us a little bit more.
Well, she's a big city gal. She's very determined. She's got her sights set on her ski resort being opened in a different town. And her boss says, please consider this sweet little town called Christmas, Colorado. Yeah. Just go check it out, you know. Do us a favor. And she's sort of eye-rolling and like humors them and goes and meets the townspeople and the very attractive widowed sheriff.
It's funny how that happens.
I know.
With a name like Gage.
His name is actually Gage.
How can he not be handsome?
Yes. And she's quickly charmed, and she just sort of falls in love with the townspeople and the town itself. And she decides, yes, this is where we're going to put the Christmas resort. And then she realizes, she does some research and realizes that it's actually not so good for the town after all. It closes all the mom and pop shops, and it's sort of like, you know, kind of kills the charm of the town.
Sure.
So things happen, and there's conflict and drama.
And there's love.
And then there's a little love, and I think we know, you know, how
Well,
it ends.
there's
we
Christmas.
don't want
Oh,
to
we
hear
still
how
wanna
it
see
ends.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a clip
exactly
of it. We won't show everything, but we
Okay.
can show a little bit. So we have a clip of Sheriff Gage
Yes.
in his workshop about to make some ornaments.
Right, he's very handy.
He is very handy, and your character, Madison, is going to join him in making some of those ornaments, but not before really kind of giving him a little bit of a hard time.
Yes, of
She's
course.
teased him a little bit. Let's take a look.
So how many more ornaments do you need to make?
Well, the ornament hunt is tomorrow, so as many as I can until then.
Well, obviously my help is invaluable.
Obviously.
What's this supposed to be?
Oh, it's a reindeer. It's just background scenery for the holiday fair.
How far in the background?
Ha ha. It's a work in progress.
I don't know how you get anything done in here with all this stuff.
Oh, come on. This isn't stuff. This is evidence of a life well lived.
This is a nice way of saying stuff.
Oh, no, don't. That's
Santa? Is that you?
very funny.
He is
That's a
handy.
sweet scene.
You two are very good together. That was Eric
fun.
Mabius playing Gage.
That was Eric Mabius, who I think is very beloved on Hallmark.
Yeah, he's
indeed.
wonderful.
I'm on the Twitter feed, and I always see #postables.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of
Yes,
fans.
of course. And I know that he had some clever ways of staying awake.
So this guy, I mean, he just needs to get an IV drip of chai latte. I've never seen a human being ingest so much chai latte.
I think chai has more caffeine even than coffee.
Really?
Is that true?
I've got to look into that.
I don't know what's going on. But
need to look
Let
into
us know.
people would show up on set with like a 4-pack of venti, you know, Starbucks coming in, and I was like, oh, did you get me a coffee? He's like, no, those are all for me.
Oh, wow.
Wait a second. How is that possible?
I don't
That was
believe
multiple
it.
times a day.
Wow, that's a lot of caffeine.
I know.
But it's working
But
for
he's a
him.
lovely guy, and we had a really good time, and he's got a good sense of humor, and I'm crazy all the time. I'm always making jokes, so if you can hang with that, then you're my
That's
kind of
always
peeps.
fun. That makes a great environment.
Yeah.
on set.
Well,
Hey, absolutely.
Tell you guys how that going on here.
Yeah, we
You're
try.
married to a pretty funny guy.
He is
Yeah,
funny.
speaking of that, now let's just backtrack a little bit in the film. Your character, Madison, met Sheriff Gage. You were driving, you knocked over the town welcome sign. It was a big kind of fiasco. But in real life, speaking of your husband, Jonathan Silverman,
Yes.
at the time your fiance, you guys had a similar kind of encounter.
Well, I mean, it's just a slight fender bender where he didn't tell me that he had parked behind me in my own driveway. So, you know, when you're leaving your driveway, you don't think to look behind you.
Yes.
So I just sort of gunned it out, and I heard this terrible crash. And I backed right into my then fiance's car.
Oh, no.
Which I proceeded to blame on him.
You did.
And
You're like, this is your fault that I
Yes.
backed into your car.
and asked that he pay for the damage. Now wait a second.
Wait, did he accept the blame?
Let me just say, the smart man, smart man. Not only did he accept the blame, he also paid for the damage.
Oh my God.
And that is why.
I've met your husband a couple
I
times.
know,
and
he's
a
really a
really
nice
genuine,
guy.
authentic
That is
guy. I know he's
love.
been here too, hasn't he?
He's such a good guy, and we still laugh about it to this day. I'm like, why did you let me get away with that? That was clearly my fault. I should have looked behind me. I knew you were staying over.
And how awful you must have felt when you had to go back in the house and say, I've just
Awful.
crunched your car.
Awful. But then I was like, how do I turn this around and make it his fault?
Make it his fault, and he believed it. So, but you know what? 14 years later, it's still wedded bliss.
Yeah.
15 years and
Good for you
one
guys.
little
He was
baby.
14 months old,
Yeah.
cute little
Congratulations,
EJ.
such a beauty.
How, you know, I ask all parents this. We are both parents as well. How has your life changed since having sweet little EJ?
Well, how long were you guys with your partners before you had a kid?
Not 14 years.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, not quite 14
Yeah.
years. Yeah, what, 3
Yeah.
years for me.
Yeah, me too.
Which is like that's a nice, like, you know, honeymoon period. But we were really in it. We were like 13, 14 years in,
That's
and
true.
it just happened. And we lived the kind of lives that all of our friends were like, oh, God, you guys, your life, you travel, you leave whenever you want, you do whatever you want. And now we have, now we never sleep.
Yeah.
We see those
you know,
same friends, and
yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
how are you? Any travels lately? And we're like, I haven't slept in 10 days.
And they're so happy to hear you
They're
say
so
that.
happy. Yeah. But it's amazing. I mean, you guys know.
the best
It's
thing
like
in the
the
world.
hardest
World.
thing.
It's
but
the best thing and the
most-
hardest thing
I
all
wouldn't
mixed
trade it
into
for
one for
anything.
sure.
Nothing.
And one of the most exciting things about having kids is Christmas has a whole new
So
meaning.
true.
Visiting Santa has a whole new meaning. And like we said, EJ's only 14, but this is her second Christmas. And you say already her sort of feelings about Santa are starting to shift from the first time.
Yeah, well, because it's technically her second Christmas, so we took her to Santa when she was 3 months old, and she was just this like giggling blob of drool and breast milk. And
Yeah, like they don't really know at that age what's happening.
That was a great shot.
She was just sitting there.
yes, she was so pleasant. And I was like, Santa. I was like, look, I have the kind of kid that's like really chill. with
Yeah.
Santa. And Santa Claus goes, wait till next year, my dear. So we decided to try it again, and we took her to Santa's Village, and not so good.
Well, you know what? Just like any great parents do, you filmed the entire
Of course.
exchange for the
Tried
world
not
see.
to laugh.
Yeah. Right. Let's take a look at it.
Totally
Let's take a look.
traumatize her.
Do you love Santa Claus?
No, it's Santa! I'm so sorry for laughing, but I mean,
I laughed.
we can all relate, right? At home, people, young kids. I mean, we
just
have one
so
Christmas.
bad.
Well, I mean, maybe it can only get better after that.
It can
Well,
only
yes,
get better.
that's true.
But with the pigtails and then these crocodile tears, and I was laughing hysterically while
know.
wiping her tears,
I
and I
know.
was like, "Am I the worst mother?"
No, every month. I have a picture of Alexandra screaming, and I'm laughing like this.
I know. I mean, it's so
Santa's all a
wrong.
little confused.
It's so wrong, but it's so right at the same time. Something else that's a little bit right. I mean, a lot right, and maybe a little bit wrong. I love your Christmas photos. Even though you're not Christmas card people, you guys go all out. I mean, I think it's hysterical. It's
For a photo.
Yeah, it's
I
important
can't get
for
it
you.
together to like send the card.
Please, everyone,
Wow.
take a moment to appreciate
Now
this
that's
genius.
a menorah.
Well, that is wow. That is a Merry Christmaka.
That is something else.
We are all inclusive in our family. We have a Star of David atop the tree. My husband is Jewish and the son of a rabbi, so we like to include and celebrate all of it. He's wearing a giant menorah hat.
I didn't notice that. I hardly even
No,
noticed that he
I
was wearing a
know.
hat.
Did
Oh,
that
is
escape
what
you?
that is?
We DIY'd that on the show last year. No, just kidding. I mean, I don't even know where you would get something like that.
I got that in Palm Springs.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you
Congrats
for
on this
having me
movie,
on that
and Merry
note.
Christmas, and enjoy the rest of the season. Take more fantastic photos and videos for us, and come back with all of them.
Thank you.
Welcome to Christmas. It premieres next Sunday, December 9th at 8, 7 Central, right here on Hallmark Channel.